What's happening, people? Today is Wednesday, an amazing day. Birds are chirping, sun is out. Sad thing is that it's too hot outside. I don't know. But anyway, today, moving on from basic shapes and, basic figures. Still working on that, of course. I'm not stopping. But I decided let's work on perspective again. This time, though, um, I know for sure I worked on probably first and third. I might have skipped second, but I wanted to kind of go back to first and kind of focus on that a little bit. So obviously beforehand, how I did it was I would have like a line going straight through, draw the line and connect the cube that way. And that works, right? It's not bad. What I really want to do now is start to incorporate shapes and just lead them that way. So hopefully the line quality is good. I doubt it because for some reason, every time I'm on camera, nothing works like that. There we go. And then that'll be like your view, right? That will be the object. Boom. And then you'll kind of like cut the rest of it out. But that's pretty much all it is, right? So for example, I could have another one right here. Do the same thing. Boom. Boom. Look at that. Oh, messed up. Yeah, something like that. And then obviously the line will connect this way. And then right there, or I'm sorry, I'm supposed to go straight. And there you go. So just little stuff like that. And then of course you can change the size to manipulate the perspective, of course, of it. I don't know why I'm talking like this is a tutorial. This is more practice for me. But yeah, kind of just focusing on that today. And then the one thing I have to get used to, for some reason, whenever I'm doing perspective, I always try to draw it in a way where it's just more symmetrical, where I don't go along with the perspective and I'm trying to maybe I'll ease it out like this, but perspective doesn't work that way. So just follow it and do that. Boom. Or man, I'm about to be on fraud watch today. Watch this. But yeah, little stuff like that. So pretty much, do that. Of course, you can incorporate 3D objects like a prism. Cut off that way. Boom. Little stuff like that. Now, the one thing I'm still trying to work on, for example, maybe I'll raise the paper a little bit so I'm in the notebook just for you guys to see. But let's say I'm trying to draw. We'll actually see how well this turns out today. I'm not. You know what? Let me cut this down a little bit. Something like that. Preferably, I would like it to be a little bit more equal, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, This is what happens when you try to draw lines like this. And I'll show you guys a little bit more practice I was doing earlier this morning. Of course, the line still didn't come out straight. Maybe I do just need to start using rulers. Who knows? So yeah, do that. And then what I want to do is, because I was always trying to think of like a cylinder kind of. Because remember last time I was talking about how, let's say, for example, I have this, and you know, this is just random sketch lines. I don't really care too much about these. But like right here, circle will be drawn inside of this. So kind of like that. I was kind of focused on how exactly you would show the 3D shape of it. And it's really not that complicated, at least from what I've seen. And of course, I'm not the best example. Hopefully you go check out some other YouTubers or something if you're trying to live, you know, you're looking for an actual way how to do this, like Proco, which I still appreciate you guys for recommending that channel and a few other ones I looked at. So here we go. I just had to go slow on that one. Boom. Yeah, that works. Apologize for the stomach. Did not eat this much this morning, so. I prefer doing lighter sketches too, but I just, no, I didn't do it. Oh, actually, before I even connect this last line, let me actually draw in this circle, and then you guys can see exactly how I'm struggling on it. Look at that. It's like an oval already. Just kind of. You know, I probably should have done that. Oh well. Trust, I normally don't try to do this with my lines. I try to be a little bit more, you know. Yo, you know what? I'm fraud watch today. Just on fraud watch. But anyway, yeah, that's the circle. And if, man, I'm gonna eat something after this. Is the line not straight? Man, is it not equal? Oh, I might have messed up. Yeah, I probably should have drew this line first. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. And then afterward, you kind of do the same exact thing. So just have the line on the center. Boom. Boom. And of course, I'm still working on this. So I'll most likely do maybe a part 1 or 2. Because what I really want to start doing is stop having the entire line and just kind of, you know, do stuff like that. You know, cut the lines off a little bit short, trying to do that a little bit. But yeah, I should have eaten before I recorded. Oh, it's too late now. It's too late now, man. And then that's kind of how it looks. And then, you know, obviously you just connect your lines and then boom. And then one thing I noticed too was this right here. I'm gonna just shade it in. But, you know, that's kind of like when you see like that, the other part of that circle or that cylindrical figure, like a wheel, I would say, for example. I was also thinking how it's kind of similar how like a ribbon is, where it kind of folds and then you just kind of keep it rolling after that. So for example, something like this. I mean, that's not the best example, but you get it. Maybe something like, yeah, something like that. A little bit makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, was kind of, I could kind of see that. And then obviously, if you wanted to add a little bit more depth to it, or not depth, I don't know. I'm just saying random terms, but make it a little bit more. I mean, just add another like cylinder here and just boom, right there. But that's kind of all I'm working with today on perspective, was like first point, trying to get that down. And other stuff too. So maybe I'll do something like, well, like this was pretty much another example of it, but just this. So stuff like that, incorporating 3D shapes. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more cleaner with my line art, but I don't know exactly. I'm gonna just work on more. I probably need to do more man. I'm not gonna test it. I'm already on fraud watch today, so I'm gonna leave it. But I'll definitely this is great though. I think this is great exercise. I think perspective, actually, I might work on that a little bit more, because it's also good for me incorporating 3D shapes and different angles, and improving line confidence and consistency. So that's pretty cool. But otherwise, yeah, that was pretty much the video for today. Just doing this and trying to get this down a little bit, trying to focus on that. So I think the next video will probably be a part 2, but maybe we'll do second point perspective depending on how confident I'm feeling about it. Oh, and also, you know what? No, I'll show you guys next time when I could kind of show you guys. See here, only got like one page. But so far, oh, hopefully I didn't tilt this enough. Apologies for that. But yeah, I was kind of working on this a little bit beforehand, so I was doing like the basic one. Then obviously I was trying to draw like a road, that sort of stuff. And that's where I was kind of like, okay, well, the point would be like right here. And then, obviously you do the same thing. I was trying to do like 3-point and it was kind of off. Try to repeat 3-point perspective here too, but I didn't really work on second, so I just kind of like skipped the second one. I don't know why I did, but yeah, it was kind of like doing this morning. So yeah, cool stuff like that. So I'll just continue working on that, and then seeing exactly how it all works out. So yeah, that's kind of it for a video today. And Friday we will be working on second point perspective. So hope you guys enjoyed and have a good one. Peace.